This is a simulated interview. The students demonstrate the importance of setting up an interview. They clearly introduce themselves to the service user and also indicate their professional background.
Kierit, Claire and Maud. I don't know how much you know, but we've been asked to sort of come and have a chat to you today, if that's okay. Kierit and I are both medical students, and we've got a social service worker over there, and a nurse student, if that's okay. What we're probably going to do, if it's okay, is just take some notes down while one of us is talking, and just ask you a few basic questions, really, just about why you're here, really. And if there's any problems throughout, just let one of us know. We can give you some time if you want to have a breather or some water or anything like that.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, Kierit's probably going to start, if that's okay.
Okay, hi.
It is important that the students gather general information about the service user's medical and psychiatric history.
Would it be okay if I asked about, in terms of, I know you mentioned you were drinking while you were admitted in terms of into the hospital and so forth. Would you mind me asking a couple of questions about your drinking, if possible? Is that okay?
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay. So, how much were you drinking initially?
Maybe a bottle of vodka a day.
Okay.
Yeah, I was drinking quite a lot. I'm quite embarrassed about it actually, but...
Okay. Try not to be embarrassed, relax as much as you can. I'm just going to ask a couple of questions.
Okay.
If there's anything which is uncomfortable and you don't want to relay the information, you don't have to if you don't want.
Okay.
Okay. So you say you're drinking about a bottle of vodka a day. How are you funding that?
Well, my partner Paul and I, we're on incapacity benefit at the moment. My mum, Marilyn, she helps me out financially.
Okay. Right. And in terms of the reason for drinking, is there a main cause to that?
Stress. I think my 16-year-old daughter is a bit of a handful.
Right.
I have 4 children. I'm unemployed. My partner drinks. And I've been drinking I'm not drinking now, but I was drinking for a long time.
Right.
I think since I was a teenager.
Right, so it's definitely a chronic problem. It's not something that's just happened on the one-off.
No, I mean I drink to relieve stress, and maybe I went a bit.
Okay.
And so you're saying that you had some input from some services beforehand, and what was the input with that? Did you not enjoy that? Or
No, I didn't like people poking their noses into my life and telling me how to do things and what I should do. It was a handful as it was, and I don't want people coming in and judging my life. And
who came in, or who were they?
Just social services.
And what were they doing, or what was their role almost?
Just checking up on me all the time, and I didn't like it. I didn't appreciate people checking up on me all the time.
Sometimes the students have to be prepared to ask difficult or sensitive questions and to show empathy.
And how was the relationship? You said there was some violence and things in the first relationship. Was that just down to the alcohol, would you say, on his behalf, or?
I guess looking back now, I suppose it was. Yeah, we would argue after we'd been drinking, and he would become quite aggressive and I guess violent. And I would put that down to the drink, I suppose.
And so you said violent. Did he ever hit you at all, or?
Yeah, he did. I became very, very afraid of him, very scared of him, and I was afraid to put my foot out of line because I knew he had the capacity to be violent. And it was only years later when I finally found the strength to get out of that relationship. And yeah.
Okay. Sorry to hear that. Is there, and was it, just have to ask, was there any sort of abuse to the children at all in that?
No,
Absolutely
not.
Just a year?
Yeah, just at me, yeah.
Have you ever felt that sometimes, if things get someone down quite a lot, something that life isn't worth living or anything?
Yeah, definitely it gets to those points. I mean, we've got children who can't really hang around and linger on those thoughts for too long, but it gets like that.
So you've had those thoughts but not acted on them, is that a fair way?
Yeah, I guess so.
What sort of thoughts would they be?
Similar to those of wanting to just escape. That when I was admitted, obviously that's what I did. I'd escaped and ran away. And I guess I felt like that before, but not with the help of these voices and things.
Was there any thought of you wanting to take your own life at all?
Crossed my mind a few times, yeah. But don't feel like that now. I feel fine now. I don't feel like I want to harm myself or anybody else.
Have you ever tried to harm yourself at all?
No, never anything like that. I'd just drink and just become numb, and then I wouldn't feel like that anymore.
The students should be prepared to reflect their professional interests, so the social work student here is asking questions to establish patterns and routines in the family when the patient was acutely ill.
Talk us through an average day first, just before you went to hospital.
Just before. Well, I would start drinking, I guess, as soon as I woke up. That'd be the first thing I would do. My mum would pop round. She helps me with taking care of the kids. Keely would normally go out quite early. She sort of stopped going to school, so she wouldn't always know where she was going. She would mostly be going to see her friends, and then she would come back a bit later. My mum would come around and help me with sorting out food for the kids. Middle two would go off to school. That's it really. Then my mum would leave, and then it'd just be me and Paul. We'd probably just hang around the house, drinking maybe. And then the two kids would come home after school, and my mum would either collect them or she'd come round and help with the dinner in the evening. That's about it really. Didn't really do much with the day.
So is it just your mum that helps you out with the kids, or have you got anybody else coming in?
Just my mum. Yeah, just my mum. Paul's unemployed, so as am I. So my mum helps us out financially. She helps me with cleaning and cooking and kids.
So if mum helps you out financially, that's something that's been a source of stress in the past?
Yeah, well, with 4 children, and Mark doesn't help very much financially. He's a bit useless. So it's down to just Paul and I, but with us both being unemployed, it's really, really difficult. So my mum kind of saves the day really.
The way the nursing student also conducts the interview reflects her profession. Her complementary questions help establish a broader picture of the patient's circumstances.
I'm gonna go back to where you said you agreed to do this interview because you're bored. What do you have any other hobbies? What's your interest?
Not really. I used to work, but I've been unemployed now for 2 years.
Okay, what did you used to do?
I just worked in shops for a long time. My last job was in a supermarket.
Would you like to go back to work if there are any opportunities?
I would consider it. Yeah, it's been so much going on. It's been at the bottom of my list of priorities. Just getting through the days has been the most important thing. I would consider it, yeah.
Do you think coming into hospital has helped you?
I suppose so. If I look at myself now and how I was before I came into hospital, I'm definitely in a better situation now, but the whole hospital experience was not very nice. I wouldn't want to go through that again. I didn't like it.
Yeah, there's no place like home, is it? Yeah.
The students ask the patient about her hopes for the future as a natural conclusion to the interview. After this, it is important to provide closure by thanking the service user for her time.
Do you think after this admission to hospital that you've sort of almost found your feet a little bit and that you probably don't need any services?
Yeah, I don't need any help. I don't think.
Where do you see yourself in say, a year's time?
Well, as a hopefully feeling at the moment every day I feel better and stronger, and I think if that continues in a year's time, hopefully we'll all be settled and I'll have a nice routine. I can control myself and take care of the kids myself, and yeah, hopefully Paul will have a job by then. Maybe I'll even have a job by then.
Thank you very much for your time. Is there anything you want to ask us at all?
No, that's everything.
But thank you very much.
Thank you.